Let me ask you a simple but important question. Have you noticed that your energy isn't what it used to be? That your body feels slower, heavier, less responsive? Mornings feel harder now. Your confidence doesn't come as easily. And when it comes to intimacy, things don't feel the same. Most men are told one thing. This is just aging. But as a urologist who has worked with men over 60 for decades, I can tell you honestly, this is not just aging. Inside your body, silent processes are taking place. Processes most men never see and never feel until it's too late. One of the biggest problems is chronic inflammation. Inflammation stiffens blood vessels. It lowers nitric oxide. It restricts circulation. And when blood doesn't flow properly, energy drops, strength fades, and sexual performance suffers. When men come into my office, they often say the same thing. Doctor, I feel like I'm losing myself. They're not just talking about sex. They're talking about strength, motivación, mental clarity, confidence. What they don't realize is that inflammation builds slowly, often fueled every single morning by poor food choices. Breakfast sends a powerful message to your body. A poor breakfast increases inflammation for hours. A smart breakfast calms your blood vessels and gives your body a chance to repair itself. This is where real change begins. Not with extreme diets, but with simple, consistent choices. The first anti-inflammatory breakfast food is plain oats, not instant packets filled with sugar, not flavored varieties. Real whole oats. Oats contain a fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber reduces inflammation inside blood vessels and helps arteries relax and open. Better circulation means better oxygen delivery. One of my patients, Robert, age 67, felt completely drained, low energy, low confidence. We didn't start with medication. We started with breakfast. 3 weeks after switching to oats, he said, "Doctor, I don't crash anymore. I feel steadier even with my wife." That wasn't a miracle. That was biology. The second powerful food is berries, especially blueberries. Berries are rich in antioxidants that protect nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is what tells blood vessels to open. When inflammation destroys nitric oxide, blood flow weakens. Berries help preserve that signal naturally. One of my patients, age 70, told me his body felt like it was working against him. We added berries to his breakfast. That's it. A month later, he said, "I feel lighter, clearer. My body finally feels cooperative again." That's what reduced inflammation feels like. Walnuts are one of the best foods for male vascular health. They contain omega-3 fats that calm inflammation and improve blood vessel flexibility. Healthy fats also support hormone signaling, including testosterone function. When inflammation is high, testosterone doesn't work properly, even if levels appear normal. Walnuts help create an internal environment where hormones can actually do their job. Just a small handful in the morning is enough. I want you to understand this clearly. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. Your body responds to signals, and food is one of the strongest signals you send every day. Inflammation is not inevitable. Poor circulation is not inevitable. Loss of vitality is not inevitable. If you want to improve your health, restore your energy, and support your male vitality naturally, you're in the right place. This is Healthy Web Hub, where science meets simplicity, and real health information is explained in a way that makes sense. No fear, no false promises, just practical knowledge that helps your body work better. Take your health seriously. Respect your strength. Healthy Web Hub. Health, strength, and confidence. The natural way. If you want next, I can. As men get older, many begin to feel disconnected from their own bodies. You wake up, but you don't feel refreshed. You move, but without strength or purpose. And deep down, a question starts to form. Is this just how life is now? As a men's health doctor, I want you to hear this clearly. Your body is not shutting down. It is responding to years of inflammation, stress, and poor circulation. And the good news is, those processes can be slowed and often reversed naturally. Inflammation acts like rust inside your blood vessels. It makes them stiff, narrow, less responsive. When blood flow weakens, everything downstream suffers. Your muscles tire faster, your brain feels foggy, and intimate performance becomes unreliable. That's not weakness, that's circulation. Many men assume sexual changes are only about testosterone, but in reality, blood flow matters just as much, sometimes more. Healthy circulation depends on what you feed your body every day, especially first thing in the morning. Let's talk about a few more anti-inflammatory breakfast foods that quietly support blood flow, hormones, and confidence. Eggs have been misunderstood for years. When prepared simply, eggs are one of the best foods for older men. Eggs contain choline, which supports nerve signaling and blood vessel function. They also provide high-quality protein, needed for muscle strength and hormone balance. Strong muscles improve circulation, and better circulation supports sexual performance. A patient of mine, age 68, stopped eating eggs years ago out of fear. He felt weak, tired, and mentally dull. We reintroduced eggs, 2 eggs, a few mornings a week. Within a month, he noticed something unexpected. He said, "Doctor, I feel stronger when I stand up, and I feel more like myself again." That's nourishment doing its job. Extra virgin olive oil is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods on Earth. It reduces oxidative stress inside blood vessels. It protects nitric oxide, and it improves endothelial function, the ability of arteries to open and close smoothly. That matters directly for erections and stamina. You don't need large amounts. 1 or 2 tablespoons per day is enough. Cook gently with it. Drizzle it over eggs or vegetables. This isn't about taste alone. This is medicine from food. Leafy greens like spinach provide natural nitrates. Inside the body, nitrates are converted into nitric oxide, the key molecule for blood vessel relaxation. Better nitric oxide means better circulation, and better circulation means stronger, more reliable performance. One man told me he felt embarrassed even talking about intimacy. He felt slow, uncertain, and disconnected. We made one small change. Eggs, olive oil, and a handful of spinach in the morning. 6 weeks later, he said, "I feel awake again. I feel confident, not just in bed, but in life." That confidence starts in the blood vessels. What many men don't realize is this. When circulation improves, confidence follows. You walk differently. You think differently. You carry yourself with purpose. Sexual health is not separate from overall vitality. It's a reflection of how well your body is functioning. I've seen men in their 70s regain energy they thought was gone forever. Not from extreme diets, not from dangerous shortcuts, but from respecting their bodies and reducing inflammation, one morning at a time. You don't need to fight your body. You need to support it. When you reduce inflammation, blood begins to flow better. Energy returns. Confidence rebuilds. Your body remembers how to work. When you give it the chance, there comes a moment in every man's life when he pauses and quietly asks himself a hard question. Is this the best my body can do now? Many men never say it out loud, but they feel it. In their energy, in their confidence, and in their most private moments. As a men's health doctor, I want you to know something important. What you are feeling is not failure. It is your body asking for support. Your body is not designed to decline overnight. It changes slowly, quietly, responding to inflammation, stress, and poor circulation over time. But the opposite is also true. When inflammation is reduced, blood vessels relax, oxygen delivery improves, and tissues begin to respond again. This is how real healing starts. Not suddenly, but steadily. I've worked with thousands of men over 60. Men who felt embarrassed, men who felt invisible, men who believed their strongest years were behind them. What surprised them most was how much their bodies responded once inflammation was addressed. Not with miracles. With consistency, one man told me, "Doctor, I stopped feeling like a man, not just in the bedroom, in life." He had withdrawn from intimacy, from social situations, from himself. We focused on one thing, supporting blood flow and reducing inflammation through simple food choices. 3 months later, he said something I'll never forget. "I don't feel young again. I feel alive again." When blood flows better, your body moves with more ease. When your body moves better, your mind feels clearer. And when your mind is clear, confidence naturally returns. Sexual performance is not just physical. It's emotional, mental, and deeply connected to how you see yourself. Another patient, married for over 40 years, told me he feared intimacy, not because he didn't care, but because he didn't trust his body anymore. We worked on circulation, on inflammation, on nourishment instead of fear. Weeks later, he told me, "I stopped worrying about performance and started enjoying closeness again." That's real progress. I want to be very clear with you. This is not about chasing youth. This is about restoring function. You don't need to become someone else. You need to support the body you already have. Your heart, your blood vessels, your hormones, your confidence, they are all connected. Every morning is an opportunity, not to be perfect, but to be intentional. When you choose foods that reduce inflammation, you are choosing better circulation. When circulation improves, energy returns. And when energy returns, life feels possible again. I've seen men in their 70s and even 80s experience meaningful improvement. Not overnight, not dramatically, but steadily, safely. Naturally, your age does not disqualify you from feeling strong. It simply requires a smarter approach. You don't need to push your body. You don't need to punish it. You need to work with it. Reduce inflammation. Support blood flow. Respect recovery. You are not finished. Your story is not over. Your body still listens, still responds, still remembers how to heal. Give it the right signals, and it will meet you halfway. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you value clear, honest health guidance, designed for men who want to age with strength and dignity, this channel is for you. This is Healthy Web Hub, where medical knowledge is shared with respect, simplicity, and real-world understanding. If this message helped you, support the channel by subscribing, liking the video, and sharing it with someone who needs it. Your health matters. Your confidence matters. Your life still has strength in it. Healthy Web Hub. Health, strength, and confidence, the natural way.